Hello, and how is your year-end preparedness checklist going? Wait, you don't have it yet. You're going to get the chance to get one today. 10 essential tips or steps to start 2025 ready for anything. That's right. This year is winding down. We're getting ready to go into 2025. And I know you and people just like you are planning the future, the next steps ahead about what you can do to make life better. And I love it. So there's no better time to assess your preparedness for life's unexpected events than right now, whether it's a natural disaster, a financial emergency, or personal challenges. Having a plan can make the difference. Our year-end preparedness checklist ensures that you can close out 2024 confidently and start 2025 ready for anything. So let's dive into the 10 essential steps to fortify your disaster and financial readiness. Number one, review your family's current emergency plan. That's right, you have an emergency plan, don't you? So, why is this important? Excuse me. Life changes fast. Did you move? Have you added any new family members? Did you acquire any pets? What's changed since the beginning of the year? Be sure to update your contact lists, your evacuation routes, and any responsibilities that individuals within your household might have been tasked to or take care of during a disaster or an emergency. And make sure you ensure that your plan addresses everyone's needs, including elderly relatives and neighbors. Now, somewhere around here, there's a link for you to download the emergency preparedness checklist. So please download it and print it out. Number two, refresh and restock your emergency kit. That's right, a well-stocked emergency kit can save a life. Check the expiration dates on your food, your medications, and batteries in all of your emergency kits. Replace all damaged or missing items. And add seasonal specific essentials like blankets for winter or sunscreen for the summer. Now, here's a couple things you might want to refresh. Make sure you look into your non-perishable foods and get those refreshed. Obviously, water, 1 gallon per person per day. Look at the expiration date on the water jugs. Now, this date is not for the water. Water does not expire, believe it or not, but the plastic the jug is in might. I know this from personal experience where water jugs I owned developed a pinhole from out of nowhere. The water leaked everywhere, creating quite a problem. So check those things out. Make sure you have flashlights and batteries for this flashlights. And if you have any medications or first aid supplies, make sure they're up to date and are in a usable manner. Number three, conduct a family meeting to revisit your communications plan. That's right, communications with your family is very important. Have a conversation. So gather everybody in your household, bring them in together because you love them, right? Make sure everyone knows how to stay connected during emergencies. Revisit your protocols for contacting each other and establishing a primary meeting point if you get separated. Be sure to include your out-of-town contact in this meeting so that they know that they remember who they are, why they're being contacted in case something happens. So what are some of the things you can discuss? The emergency contact numbers. Whoa, what a deal. How to use apps like Zello or WhatsApp for communications. Maybe that'll be easier. And contingency plans for power outages. That's right. Depending on the nature of the emergency or disaster, the power is probably going to go out at some point. That doesn't mean you're going to be without communications. Learn about FEMA's family communication plans. Somewhere down here, there's a link to go get it. Go check it out and see what FEMA has to say about this. Number four, evaluate your financial preparedness. Now, quick question here. Are you financially ready for a disaster? Financial resilience is a critical part of physical preparedness. Review your emergency fund. You have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in case you're out of work or displaced. Make sure your insurance policies are up to date and they cover your home and your properties and your business for whatever the demographic incident might be it an earthquake, a hurricane, a wildfire, a flood. Make sure your policies cover these hazards. Call the insurance agent about them. And to make sure you have copies of IDs, wills, insurance records, and waterproof and fire safe containers. That way they won't get damaged and you can grab and go with them if you have to leave. You can explore the gateway to financial enlightenment in another one of my blogs. Number 5, test your home safety equipment. That's right. Safety devices are our first line of defense. So what are we talking about? We're talking about our smoke detectors, carbon monoxide alarms, and fire extinguishers. Make sure they all have fresh batteries and are up to date. Replace batteries or the units as needed. Now, my understanding is a smoke alarm is good for about 10 years. Then you might want to get a new one. The batteries, I don't know. I check mine every daylight savings time start and every daylight savings time end. And my batteries are new. I could just put them in recently. Now, remember, if you kind of forget these things, I know you have one of these in your pocket somewhere. It's called a cell phone. I know you have one. Somewhere in there, there's a calendar mode. You can go into that calendar and set appointments with yourself to make sure you update these things on a regular basis. Number 6, assess and update your home inventory. Now, this is all part of your insurance plan in a lot of ways. So what do you own? Create or update a home inventory, including photos and receipts. This will simplify insurance claims after a disaster. You can use apps like Sortly for digital records, and there's other things you can use, but the idea is to understand what you have, how much did it cost you, keep a record of it. If it gets damaged or destroyed and is covered in your insurance policy, you might be able to get it back. What a deal. Number 7, set preparedness goals for the next year, for 2025. Stay ahead of the unexpected. Some of these goals can include first aid or CPR classes. Yeah, what a good deal. Now, I know first aid and CPR classes are only have a limited window of opportunity to stay relevant. What that means is after a time, and we're not using and practicing these skills on a regular basis, which we usually aren't, we can get a little out of touch with them. So taking these classes and reviewing these classes on a regular basis is to your benefit. Building a go bag for each family member. That's right. If you have to evacuate in a hurry, you have that go bag and you go, because the go bag, or the bug out bag, I call it Bob, has everything you need in it to cover the basics: food, water, shelter, sanitation for up to 72 hours. And saving for an advanced emergency preparedness courses. That's right. We do those here. Save for those courses. Now, here's what you might want to do, and I haven't mentioned it anywhere else. I'm going to bring it up on my blog here. I'm going to give you a link and go to the DEP assessment. That's the Disaster Emergency Plan Assessment. It's a yes/no questionnaire. It asks you things like, do you have food stored? Do you have water? Duh. Have you checked out your batteries and your smoke alarm? It's a yes or no thing. And you can print it out and you will have a very clear idea of where the gaps are in your disaster preparedness plan. This is a very good thing for you. I'll get a copy of it and I'll reach out to you and see if we can have a conversation to put you on track to bring all those gaps back in line with your plan. Number 8, build community connections. That's right. A family that plans together stays together, but a community that plans together helps each other out. So together we're stronger. That's right. As a family, you come together and you're strong. As a community, come together and you're strong. In an emergency, your community is actually your support network. The people within your community are ideally the ones that will be able to support you. So build these connections with your neighbors. Join local preparedness groups and stay informed about the local risks. It's also good to find your local community emergency response team, or CERT, C-E-R-T. There's a link down here in the blog that'll point you to the CERT site to help you track these people down. Number 9, digital life. I know you have one. Back it up. Protect important data. Ensure that critical files, family photos, and documents are securely backed up. Use both physical and external drives and a cloud storage for redundancy. I also recommended a hard copy of all these things that will go with those insurance policies and the waterproof and the fireproof safe. Duh, yeah, that way you can have them and go with them. And number 10, commit to continuous learning. That's right. Just because we're done with high school or college doesn't mean we're done learning. I know all of you out there who are professional, powerful parents are learning something new every day. I know I am. As a matter of fact, when I'm done here, I've got a course to go to. So subscribe to blogs, attend webinars, and read up on preparedness topics regularly. Now, it all boils down to the basics: food, water, shelter, sanitation. And depending on what you got going on, your evacuation, your communications, there's a broad plethora of things you can do. But staying updated will keep you updated with anything that might be new or unusual that could fit your purposes and suit what you have going on. So let's close 2024 and begin 2025 prepared. Taking proactive steps today will ensure peace of mind tomorrow. Remember to download the checklist. Now, by incorporating these steps, you're setting the stage for a secure, resilient, and confident start of the new year. That's right, you are. So remember, take classes. And that's going to remind me to remind you not to forget to sign up for the free online holiday house fire prevention webinar, which is coming up on the 14th of this month, 14th of December. It's where we cover holiday fire hazards, how to protect ourselves, our family, and loved ones from hazards during the holiday season. And unfortunately, there are quite a few of them. So there's a link down here in the bottom of the blog where you can register for the event. If you want to go right now because you're on your phone, go to www.eapready.com and sign up for the free online holiday house fire webinar. Till next time, I want you all to stay informed and stay safe.